I appreciate you coming back to our channel. Prominent author and television personality, Ainsley Earhardt is best known for her co-hosting of Friends on the Fox News morning show. Fans love the TV personality for many reasons, but two of her most lovable traits are her warm demean and her wide smile. Although she seems beautiful and charming on TV, Ainsley has actually had a difficult life. Regrettably, her personal problems have been every bit as dramatic as the national topics she covers. A lot of misfortune, loss, and other challenges have rocked her world to its core. Did you ever think Donald Trump was the source of her problems? In the next video, we'll talk about this co-host's life and the unfortunate events that have happened to her. She is well known for her stage name, Ainsley Earhardt, and was born in Spartanburg, South Carolina. She was born on September 20th, 1976, and it seems like she had a typical idyllic Southern upbringing. Her family had an older sister, a younger brother, and a third child. There was a lot of happiness and excitement in her home, and the Earhardt family moved to Charlotte's Foxcroft neighborhood almost immediately. Sharon Elementary School in North. Ainsley's love of reading and storytelling began in Carolina, where there were lots of people in the hills where the school was situated. Her teachers could see her natural social skills, intelligence, and curiosity right away. After arriving in Columbia, South Carolina, Ainsley's family continued to support her until she graduated from Spring Valley High School, where she received an A and excelled in Columbia. She became the class leader and an academic success story through extracurricular activities at school, which sparked her interest in journalism early on. She also improved her conversational skills and discovered that her presence could light up any room. Through these endeavors, she would come to rely on all of these things. In 1995, Ainsley graduated from high school with the goal of attending Florida State University, but she changed her mind and enrolled at the University of South Carolina instead. There, she experienced a life-changing event that changed the course of her academic career as she traveled through the South, a region rich in history and culture, to gain the fundamental skills and knowledge required to begin her broadcasting career. She holds a bachelor's degree in writing. Ainsley decided to pursue a writing degree in college because she was ready to advance her career, but she was unaware that this would ultimately lead to issues. After graduating from college, she started working in journalism at WLTX, the local CBS station in Columbia. When she was offered the job, a significant amount of her job description naturally involved covering local news and events as well as neighborhood happenings. In addition to being her career, it provided a platform for her to showcase her skills and potential as a well-known journalist. She needed to show that she could build rapport with her audience, improve her reporting, and show off her journalistic abilities. Because of her abilities and unwavering work ethic, she was well liked by the locals, which helped her achieve quick success. Ainsley showed that she would not let her rising fame affect her, and as a result, her talent and dedication were acknowledged. In particular, Columbia Metropolitan Magazine named her the finest personality of the year. Receiving this award made her feel well accomplished and validated her ability to connect with her audience, which not only increased her self-esteem, but also set the foundation for her future endeavors. She moved to San Antonio, Texas, to take a job hosting the morning and noon newscasts at Ken's TV during the week. She wanted to progress in her chosen field, so taking on more jobs helped her get closer to her goal. Finding love and getting married were among Ainsley's many other life goals. She and Kevin McKenna first met as USC undergraduates, and their paths crossed in North Carolina. Their shared youth and aspirations for the future served as the glue that kept them together, and they were married in 2005 after their bond had grown stronger over time. Ainsley then received an opportunity for the highest-paying job she had ever had, so she and Kevin McKenna made the decision to move to New York City. This was a turning point in their relationship, but it was also a huge step for Ainsley, who was suddenly becoming well-known because of Kevin's years of unwavering dedication and hard work. It marked the start of a great new chapter in their life together. Prominence in the media industry while working for Kent TV in San Antonio, Texas, and WLTX in Columbia, South Carolina. But everything changed when I got the chance to work for Fox News in New York. Despite the extreme contrast between the two locations, the city seemed to be bursting with limitless potential the moment they arrived, despite the hectic pace of life. Kevin was successful in the medical sales business in New York, while Ainsley was just beginning her career and was ill-prepared for the political arena. However, Roger Ailes, the head of Fox News, saw her potential and hired her, even though she was new to the position and had to deal with the difficulties of switching to a national network and navigating the competitive environment of her new field. As Sarah and Kevin's careers developed, she started her career at the network as a reporter and news anchor before moving up to manager. However, the demands of work started to affect their relationship, and in 2009, they were unable to hide the signs of strain. Ainsley and Kevin did not make the decision to end their 5-year marriage lightly. They underwent major changes after the split, even though the public was not informed of the precise reasons. Kevin chose to live a quiet life away from the spotlight, while Ainsley continued to succeed as a journalist and reached the zenith of her career as a co-host on Fox and Friends, the network's most watched morning show. Ainsley became a fan favorite because of her charisma and ability to connect with viewers, but she still had to go through even more horrible things. More information on this subject will be included in the next video. Her perceptive interviews and charismatic on-air presence helped her land a permanent job at Fox News, and in 2012, after settling into a stable job, she fell in love with Will again. They became friends through mutual acquaintances in the entertainment and sports industries where they both worked, and they kept in touch because they both had experience in demanding public service positions. Proctor, who is now a financial expert, was a quarterback for Clemson University. The couple believed they could balance a relationship with their careers, and they made time for each other despite their hectic schedules in front of their loved ones and friends. On October 13th, 2012, Ainsley and Will exchanged vows at their wedding, which was joyful as they looked forward to a future together. They openly declared their love and commitment to one another as they adapted to married life, helped each other reach their goals, and kept their personal and professional lives in harmony. Their happiness was increased when Proctor joined their family in 2015. After the birth of their daughter, Hayden DeBose, in December 2012, Ainsley and her parents accepted their new roles as parents and enjoyed spending time together. They were determined to give their daughter a loving environment despite the difficulties they faced balancing work and family obligations immediately after. After a long battle to conceive, Ainsley finally got married and looked forward to becoming a mother because of her upbeat attitude. Her parents knew they wanted to grow their family, and while they were thrilled to give their daughter Hayden a sister, they were unprepared for the difficulties that came with their new destinies. It took more than courage for her to decide to talk about her miscarriage, but by doing so, she hoped to connect with others who could relate and provide them with support and understanding during similar times. She started talking about it in an attempt to get the strength she needed, and in doing so, she showed a previously hidden side of herself. Ainsley's public image has been further enhanced by the discovery. In addition to her impeccable on-screen persona and professional accomplishments, she had established herself as a symbol of strength and integrity. Her ability to talk about her personal struggles resonated with many due to the demands of her demanding career, which required her to travel frequently and endure long hours kept her health from getting better in time to deal with the family issues related to the bereavement, and Ainsley and her husband seemed unprepared to handle them despite her best efforts. At the time, there were rumors that her spouse was having an affair, which created quite a stir. Ainsley had a strong belief that a close friend was betraying her, which Ainsley and Will knew their relationship had reached a breaking point when 2018 came around, and they ended it because of the regrettable choice they made. Their partnership came to an end in 2019 when they finalized their divorce. They loved each other very much, but they did not share a bond with their spouse. The news was a devastating blow that added to their misery and destroyed the trust that had been built their marriage from the beginning. Since Ainsley is a well-known conservative, people who share her views have been both supportive and critical of her when she has been candid about her thoughts and viewpoints. Despite the fact that Ainsley's life was not entirely problem-free, they remain dedicated to co-parenting Hayden and giving her a secure and nurturing home environment. People around her have reacted differently, even though her views have generated a lot of controversy. While some people disagree with her, many others value her candor and genuineness. Ainsley is unquestionably a big supporter of Donald Trump's administration. Since his inauguration, he has been an outspoken Trump booster, and Fox and Friends have painted a positive picture of Trump's administration because conservatives were moved by Ainsley's support of the president and their discussion of his policies and achievements because they saw her as an ally and someone who could speak for them. However, when she claimed that the media was biased and only covered the most important stories, the public was understandably incensed and upset. For many people, Ainsley's position was brave and refreshing. Departure from what some saw as biased media, others found it annoying, and they disagreed with their point of view. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, when countries were trying to stop the virus's spread, Ainsley was caught in the middle of a storm, albeit a metaphorical one, as fear and uncertainty swept the world. She received a lot of attention for her self-assured claims. Because of her constant presence and charming demeanor, Ainsley is well known to Fox and Friends viewers, government officials, and medical professionals. When they warned those who could avoid the trip that flying was dangerous, she assured the viewers that it was safe to do so. Their first statement was completely at odds with this, immediately refuting her claims and stressing the importance of staying at home to stop the illness from spreading during a time when accuracy and caution were vital. Ainsley was accused of spreading false information. A swift and forceful response followed, but the argument did not end there by asserting that both Republicans and Democrats were mistaken. The situation was made worse by Ainsley's comments, which attracted both devoted supporters and critical critics. At a time when getting along was crucial, the gap between the two camps seemed to have widened as a result of these remarks. It was a time when her fortitude was tested as she repeatedly faced harsh criticism while standing by her convictions. In order to keep her audience interested, she engaged them. Some of the concerns and annoyances that people were going through at the time were shown in Ainsley's controversial comments on Fox and Friends. These comments demonstrated the range of viewpoints and strong feelings that the pandemic evoked. In terms of bringing attention to issues, the public has closely examined Ainsley's personal life, kept up a similar level of contact with Sean Hannity, another Fox News anchor following their respective divorces from Will Proctor and Jill Rodas. In 2019, there were rumors on Fox News that Ainsley and Sean were dating, as they were both well-known and influential people there. They clicked and became friends after experiencing similar things and appreciating Rhodes. The work styles of Ainsley and Sean were both well known for their accomplishments in the cutthroat field of journalism. Throughout their busy careers as news reporters and at Fox News, they often crossed paths, and during these exchanges, their friendship developed into something more than just a business partnership. Their close bond started with their first public appearance together at a wedding. Despite their best efforts to keep their personal lives private, Ainsley and Sean found themselves in the center of a media frenzy when it was revealed in 2019 that they were dating. According to accounts, their bond has reportedly grown stronger since they got married, which gave them the understanding and support they needed during a trying time. Ainsley and Sean were often the center of attention, but they kept a low profile and focused on their work. The couple waited until everyone else brought up their relationship before admitting it, revealing that they were reclusive people who preferred to keep their personal lives private. This decision caught the attention of both fans and the media. Although they haven't made an official announcement of their engagement, Ainsley and Sean are still dating and maintaining a healthy balance between their personal and professional lives. They continue to work at their jobs, and everyone in Grace can see how close they became even though they were spotted together. Ainsley's voice resonated and her efforts continued around the world. She had to deal with a lot of criticism and public apologies after making a mistake in front of everyone watching, but overcoming these difficult situations showed that she could handle the demands of live broadcasting and the obligations of being a public figure. She had previously predicted that, for more and to demonstrate her point, a transgender candidate was immediately criticized after a comment was made about them on a live broadcast. After realizing the seriousness of her mistake, Ainsley publicly apologized, expressed regret for her actions, and promised to do better in the future. However, she made a crucial mistake once more at this crucial moment when she said that her co-host Steve Doocy apologized in midair for correcting her claim that Japan was a communist country during W. She also stressed the importance of being truthful when discussing historical events and the necessity for writers to accurately record the facts. These public explanations were not only meant to correct errors but also demonstrated accountability and a determination to make things right. Viewers were moved by Ainsley's genuine apology and admission of wrongdoing, which helped her become more well-known as a journalist. She also gained even more credibility with her audience when she acknowledged her flaws and was prepared to learn from them. These moments of candor and openness in the face of all the suffering she has experienced enhanced her public persona and demonstrated that even the famous are not perfect. Ainsley made some public mistakes, but her success kept growing until late 2022, when her mother, Dale Elise Giles, passed away. This was yet another tragic event. Dale had suffered greatly from a number of health problems, including diabetes, and after having a stroke in 2018, she developed gallbladder problems that required dialysis. All of these factors contributed to her death at the age of 72. Ainsley was devastated by her mother's passing because she often talked about her on Fox News. Her mother's death was a very private and well-publicized event, and her faith and dedication taught her to be strong from a young age. Tragically, she returned to work just 2 days after her mother's death. Her mother had been her greatest support system throughout her life, and she was determined to follow in her footsteps and pursue a career as a writer. After her mother died, television gave Ainsley a platform to talk about her loss with her viewers, making them feel understood and reassured. She reminded us all that even the bravest and strongest people have weaknesses, and her courage touched many during this difficult time. And Ainsley's faith became her pillar of support. Sean's reputation for courage and loyalty made her coworkers at Fox News an invaluable component of her coping strategy, enabling her to attend to her professional obligations even while she grieved for her family and friends. Undoubtedly got the type of private assistance that only close friends can provide. Offered to help her deal with her loss. Privately on